Every notch shows a battle in which it was shot. So I find myself with the pieces of a biscuit that dates back centuries and a message. It's the closet door. It could be a good idea, but not at the table.
Not before seeing the treasure.
The things I have to do. The lighthouse is aimed towards the cemetery. It's a faithful replica of the gun I photographed at the armory.
Chicken, blah, blah, blah.
Of course, practically everything about Tom. If I broke it, I would never forgive myself. It seems more like a series of rambling stories instead of a serious biography. I don't think it would come in handy when you want to pick up an item, use it, talk with someone, or speed up the dialogues.
It's about time.
Do you, by any chance, know what Dad was working on? I saw one just like it at the inn. I'd rather not. It must weigh at least a couple of quintals. There could be something useful here. I don't need a map to get to Bone Town. I already know where it is.
For your information, Dead Man Inn is the most comfortable, as well as the only inn in a 40-kilometer area.
At the table. When you feel ready, take your seat, and we'll see if you might be the chosen one.
I don't want to give it back. I've heard more than 100 versions of how to cook chicken.
The evergreen Steve Bonnet.
I've almost restored it. I could only damage it that way. That's why we always have a supply in the fridge. Let's try to make it meaner. It's a globe. Various lines were drawn on it. They look like sea routes. They were all written by Elizabeth Reed, my mother.
Let's begin the test. We'll soon know if you're the chosen one, or just another common person.
He's my grandfather, himself a famous archaeologist. Look what's inside. It's accurate in every detail. Actually, now that I'm looking at it carefully, on one of the sails there are even some micro-inscriptions.
And since then, from generation to generation, the search has kept going.
That doesn't seem like a good idea. I'd rather wait for daylight, or at least the moon to become brighter. They represent months, or rather years of uninterrupted work. That you need to talk to someone? Properties of concrete.
I saw straight away that he was a troublemaker.
This could make his life sweeter. Now it looks completely abandoned.
There are weird stories going around. Some of the faithful said they've seen people, not locals, digging around the city.
It's the bathroom door. At least this one seems to function. I'd rather not touch that substance.
It's just Jimbo.
I've arranged everything so that it will make my work easier.
And nobody has any interest in it anymore.
Now I understand why the alarm clock stopped working.
This way, not a single drop of rainwater is wasted, and the city manages to keep going.
Wow! The legends were true. I don't want to put them in. I must work out a way to open it without damaging it. Which cookie are we talking about? There are rats inside the magazine. Was he just a drunkard? Let's just say that when I fix something, it stops working altogether. It's the bathroom. I don't see any dangers here. Even if it were edible, if I soaked it in this bucket, it would seriously damage your health. Can I have some candies?
I need to complete the check-in. Bring it back as soon as you have filled it out.
Typical of my mother. I bet she designed it. I'll go back to my room. They're white flowers.
But it doesn't have any insurance in the event of theft, disappearance, or death.
Et voila! At last.